I I guess this video clip could be a little bit controversial, as it is about meetings, and we spend so much time there, and it is always important. It's kind of priority, but at times, what a time waster. If ever there was one area in your business that you should consider managing it differently, then it is having all these meetings and and just make them effective. Now, to simplify this, I guess there's many good reasons why we could have a meeting. Maybe you want to share some information. Maybe you want to make a good decision. Maybe you want to do a bit of a status update on a project or something like that. And yes, we can have meetings for all those reasons. However, I personally think that we end up often with new agenda points, trying to solve problems that nobody's prepared for. There's no creativity there. There's no innovation. And you're going to make bad decisions because of that. So just take a step back and understand, the relevance of this clip. Personally, I think it's critical to know, what is the purpose of the meeting? In other words, why do I have it at all? Do I really need this meeting, or can I go without it? And if I want it to be a great meeting, surely the agenda goals or the outcome that I want to achieve should be clear. And that should all be communicated in advance. Why? Because I want people to come prepared. I want them to think about it before they go into that meeting. If we don't do that, then we take away the innovation, the creativity, the spontaneity. People, opposing, people start defending. People use the meeting for their own agendas, and therefore the wrong reasons. And for me, the worst thing that can ever happen in a meeting is when you indeed put up that new agenda point, there's something new on the table, and now we try to solve it, yet nobody is prepared. I would do exactly the opposite. And those kind of, let's call it agenda points for now, they go outside of this meeting, and you put a little task team together, let them work that new problem or the issue, and then come back at another or a next meeting and give us a proper feedback. By that I mean, a bit of introduction, and then a possible solution, maybe alternatives, maybe the pros and the cons. And if all of that is on the table and the work is already done, then clearly we can make good decisions in our meetings. What I'm getting at in this particular conversation is, I don't believe that the real work is actually done in meetings. Yes, you make decisions. Yes, you inform people. Yes, you can inspire and motivate a little bit, but the real work is done between meetings. And the result of that is then having a meeting so that we can, make that better decision or be more informed, and then we move on. So a tip that I want to give all of you is try to understand that the pre-work to a meeting, and so the post-work after a meeting, is most probably more important than the meeting itself. And if that is done well, you will not waste so much time in meetings, and the outcome of the meetings will be way more focused and effective. And people won't perceive meetings as often the number one time waster in a business. None of us have so much time for sitting in meetings almost the whole day. As a matter of fact, I'll go a step further and say, why don't you just do the most important work early in the morning, when everybody's very much focused and fresh, and the attention levels are there. And then you leave your meetings, especially the routine stuff, just leave it for later in the day. Maybe from 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock onwards, you have those meetings. I want to believe that, that could work much better. But the real tip here, don't do the work in a meeting, and don't take your work or your problems, all of that, to a meeting to be solved. That is not good. Do the work in advance and then have a great meeting.